Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM. Welcome back to Deutschland. I do hope you're all doing very well and having a lovely day. So yeah, been busy in between episodes, been hard at it. I've made a couple of, well, one small change and one relatively sizable change, which I will show you in a minute. The small change is I have purchased this little 3.7 meter wide leveler here. As some of you may remember from the last episode, we started on our grass fields. The bigger one we started with the forage harvester and the silage trailer, and we got it all tipped into here. Now, the fill plane that was given to us, I suppose, with auto drive and this bunker, it kind of manifested itself in this lovely big pyramid. Very neat and tidy, I've got to say. It was a lovely big pyramid-style fill plane. And I did try having a go at it with my telehandler and the bucket just to try and smooth things off a bit, but it was particularly painful and extremely time-consuming. So I figured, you know what, for, I think it was about just under £2.5 grand, we've picked up this leveler, stuck it on the front of one of the 724s, stuck the weight on the back of it and went to shoveling. And sure enough, it's worked perfectly. So we now have in here still 361,370 litres of chaff. But now, in comparison to what it looked like previously, we've now got what I hope is more than enough space in here to get the second big, relatively big grass field into here. Which we're not going to crack on with just yet. I'm going to leave that for now. But the main thing is we've got the space for at least one more field in here. So that's all good. This leveler worked really quite well, to be honest. I know it's I think it's one of the smallest ones you can get, base game wise. But it works perfectly. It was done relatively quickly, to be honest. So that's that. That's all good. I shall have a quick wander around here to show you what else I've been doing in between episodes. Now, game day wise, as you can see, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. We're in the same game day as we left off in the last episode. But I have cracked on with my plan down here of stitching these two fields together, getting rid of a few of the trees, and getting the ground prepared for a new, fresh drilling of grass. So, as you can see, this area here, in between this little island and that little island there, was just empty land, just trees and rocks, and it was a bit hilly. So, as you can see, I've chopped the trees down from this gap here, and there's a gap just beyond that retaining wall there. We got, in total, for the trees, 2,728 euros. So, that's all good. I've just realised I've not got... I'm in pounds still, sorry. I'll change that shortly. That's onwards from Court Farms, I think, the other day. But yeah, 2,728 we got for the trees. So that's half decent. So, regardless of the purchase I made for the leveler, we've paid for the chainsaw now. That's one thing, I suppose. But yeah, it's now one big field. I have done all this work. Do you know what? I'll show you it from above, actually. Let's just jump very quickly into flight mode so you can see kind of what I had in my mind. So it's now one big field. And I ran the cultivator on courseplay, and it works perfectly, quite frankly. A couple of headlands. This little bit down here was a little bit pokey, I suppose, but it still worked nonetheless. The courseplay did its job relatively admirably and got the whole field done. So, I ran the lime spreader, of course, as well. You can just about see, if we go a bit higher up, you can kind of just see the dark patch there. That's the bit that wasn't a field, if you know what I mean. But yeah, the main thing is, it's all done. Just about, anyway. So, that is now ready to get a fresh crop of grass in. Now, the reason why I did that is so that all the grass would grow at the same time. Yes, it was a grass field before we cut it. I could have just ran the grass roller in this bit and then reseeded this bit, but I didn't know whether it would grow at the same pace, if you know, at the same time. So I figured, so that I can put courseplay to the test and just get the whole thing done. That's why I've done it like that. So we'll drill that with a fresh bit of grass at some point very soon. As I say, we do still have one grass field left to cut, which I plan on doing with the forage harvester in the same style that we did before with the silage trailer, get it tipped into the bunker. But I'm not going to do that just yet. We're going to make our way over to field 52, which is one of the fields that we started with. If I pop into the map PDA, it's this one down here, just south of the vineyards. This is a field that we own. We haven't done any work in it yet. It's in a ploughed state. I did lime it, of course, as I did with all the other fields an episode or so ago, but we need to get it cultivated and get it ready for a drilling as well, because once we've got all the cultivation done, then I can fit the seeder function back to this cultivator and get drilling away. So let's make our way down to field 52. I'll see you there ASAP. Right, this is us just up here on the right hand side. Here is these gorgeous vineyards. Looking forward to getting into the grapes as well. Like I said in the first episode, the grapes are something that I have never actually done before in this game, so I'm quite excited to get my teeth into those. So, but for now, we're going to start work in this one. So I'm still umming and ahhing, I suppose, as to what crop we're going to get into these fields. At the minute, we're in the planting window in September. We are within the planting window for planting oats, canola, spelt and rye, which are two of the extra crops that Edomod has put into this map. But the spelt and the rye, when it comes to the value of the crops at sell time, per the 1,000 litres that we get from the commodity prices menu, they do seem to be considerably less valuable than canola and oats. So at the minute, as money is something that I am trying to focus on, I may well still stick with some of the base game crops, obviously canola and oats. That's what we can get done in September. If we go very quickly, as you can see here, canola and oats we can get into the ground now. If I wait till next month, we've got the added option of wheat and barley as well, which I might consider. But as you can see here, we can also do the green rye as well, rye and spelt, potentially. So it's something to bear in mind, but I think I am going to still stick with what could be the more valuable crop. But we're here now. As I say, it's 20 to 5 now in the evening. I'm not too sure how much daylight we've got left. Where's the sun in the sky at the minute? It's behind those clouds, isn't it? Oh, it's over there. And the sun is quite low in the sky at the minute, so I'm not too sure how much daylight we've got left. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to squeeze this one in before we go to our new farmhouse and have a sleep and wake up tomorrow. So let's crack on with this anyway, and I'll see you shortly. Right, job done. There we go. A great success, I think. Now, I know we do have stones in the field here, as you can see. According to the map PDA, they are all yellow, so they are the smallest of the stones. So I'm pretty confident that when we've got this field seeded, and then we run the field roller over the top, we should be able to shove them back down a bit until we have to deal with them again in the future, perhaps. We haven't got a stone picker or anything on the farm yet, but for now, I'm just going to let them be. So, job done. Didn't take too long. We're now approaching 5:30. Again, I know we've still got a little bit of daylight left, but there's not a huge amount, to be fair. Nothing worth starting any long jobs on. So I think now, if I'm right in saying, that is all of the field cultivation done that we need to do now. So, with that in mind, I think what we can do, we're going to get back to the farm. We're going to give this lot a quick wash off, and then we'll pop this into the workshop, and we shall re-equip it with its seeding function. So, let's get back home and crack on. I still thought, oops, sorry. I was just thinking I was driving in the UK then, so I was about to pull off to the stick in the left-hand lane then, but no, wrong lane. Right, back to the farm. Right, just give this a quick clean off before we stick it in the workshop. Now, I'm kind of hoping that I can just, because this tractor doesn't fit in the workshop with its big wide row crop dualies here. It doesn't actually fit through the door, but I'm kind of hoping that I can just creep the cultivator through the door aperture in the hope that the workshop trigger will pick it up. So let's drop that off there. I'm pretty sure it should work. Because yeah, the wheels just don't allow me to fit through the door frame, unfortunately. But if we go back as far as we can, there we go. Okay, there's that. And the other thing I'm going to do is, while I'm here, completely unnecessary little thing, just little details, but I'm going to remove the number plate because it's meant to say FARMERSIM, not FARMERSIM. So let's go to here. Yeah, it does. There we go. Excellent. So customize seeder unit, license plate, no plate at all. That's better. So no cost to that, thankfully. That's good. Now we should just be able to. There we go. That's right, isn't it? Squeeze ourselves back in. That's us. Excellent stuff. That's what we like. Right, so I think that'll be us for today. In fact, actually, what I need to do, thinking about it, let me just bring up that. We need to lower that front weight down because we can take you off. Let's just leave that there for a minute or two. Disconnect that. And now we should refit the seed hopper there and get ready for potentially tomorrow. In-game tomorrow, I mean. So we can start planting something. There we go. That was a bit close, but it worked nonetheless. Pick that up. I'll give myself a bit of a fighting chance here and come out of cab view. And I think we shall just park this up here for now. Lovely stuff. Right, so I think that's this in-game day done, I feel. So let's get ourselves up there to our lovely little farmhouse. I can cut across the field, can't I? Let's not worry about that. So yeah, I'm going to get myself up here, and we shall call it a day. I'll see you all in the morning. Morning all. So here we are, the second day of September. The weather is glorious. The weather forecast has given sunshine all day long. Not a drop of rain, and no dark clouds looming at all, so that's excellent news. So the first of the big jobs I think I'm going to crack on with today is we're going to sow our first seed. I think I'm going to get some oats drilled into this field here. So we're going to crack on with that imminently, but first and foremost, I think we need to go and check on the animals food-wise. And as always, there's always a small mistake I've made, isn't there, regarding the cultivator and getting all the fields done. I've forgotten one, haven't I? Field 32, the big one in the distance on the hill there below the church. I forgot to run the cultivator in that one, so we'll have to remove the seed function from the cultivator yet again and get that done, but I'll do that another time. I'm not going to do that right now, purely because I'm just not too sure if the field cultivator works as a cultivator when it's got the seeder attached to it. I'd rather not drive all the way over there to find out. I've got to bring it back to the workshop and have it taken off again, so I'll just I shall do that at some point. But first, in fact, we can pop into the animal menu. Let's have a quick look. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So the pigs are okay for food, for now anyway, but straw, they're completely full still. Now, I would have expected them to have sunk a little bit of the straw, but they haven't. Okay, so I'm curious as to, I'm thinking whether that's got something to do with the fact that the pig barn is attached to the barn that has the automatic bale and pallet system in it. Whether that is somehow keeping them completely topped up, I don't know. Well, we'll keep our eye on that. So the ducks and the chickens are all okay. Yeah, they're good. The sheep could do with a bale or two of hay, so we'll sort them out. And the cows, yeah, they're quite low on straw. They're okay for water for now, so we can leave them be. But they do need some straw, and they could do with a little bit of total mixed ration, couldn't they? So we shall crack on with that straight away. Let's get ourselves down round to the workshop, pick up a tractor, get round there, and I think we're going to have to, I think the bucket's on the telehandler, isn't it? So we'll stick the bale fork on that, hitch up the feed mixer, and we'll get our first feed mix prepared. I'm not too sure of the mixing ratio of this one, so off the top of my head anyway, so we shall start just with one of each and go from there. So let's use this one for now. And I keep forgetting that I can get round to the yard this way. I keep naturally just wanting to turn right when I'm pulling a tractor out of the workshop and driving around the back of the sheds there, but of course I can access it from down here as well, can't I? So we shall do that. It's a much more scenic route, I feel. You can see the animals. So yeah, the bucket's on the telehandler, isn't it? So we'll sort that out. So let's get this thing hooked up to here. Carefully does it. That should do us, I think. Not bad. So, cables, PTO, job's a good one. So we'll go and park this round here. And I think I'll, as I say, I'll start with one of each, one straw, one silage, and one hay. Let's that mixer running. There we go. So automatic bale system here. So we'll start with, I think I do have a couple of different sizes of straw and hay bales in here, so we'll go for the smaller ones first. We'll have one 8,250 litre bale of straw. Hay wise, we've got an 8,000 litres and 7,250, so we'll go for a 7,250. Yeah, one of them. We've just got one size of silage, so we'll go for one of those. Let's cut that one open. Job's a good one. Let's jog round here and switch over the tools on the telehandler. Get that one sorted out now. So let's disconnect those hoses for a start. Let's pull myself out of in-cab view just to make life a little bit easier for me. Park this thing up neatly there for now. That'll do. Try not to run over me little ducklings and whatnot over here. They are proper cute though, aren't they? The size of that thing waddling around. Right, so let's go put this feed mixer to the test, shall we? So we'll do one at a time, because I have actually noticed I've been trying to test this feed mixer off camera, and it seems to be a little bit troublesome now and again. If I load a couple of bales in at once, it sometimes doesn't register the whole bale, and it'll stop loading the bale even though there's still some left, which is a little bit frustrating. So let's drop that one in there. There we are. Grab a hay bale. get this loaded in. Now, I haven't even factored in any of the mineral feed yet, which is over there in the mineral feed silo, but we'll see how we go with this, because I know you don't necessarily need mineral feed, do you? You can get total mixed ration just with the bales themselves, but we'll see how we go with this one. There's that one. Excellent stuff. Right, now there doesn't seem to be any bales left in that feed mixer there. As I say, it's done it to me a couple of times whilst I was trying to test the thing. And right, so where are we with this? Let's bring up the heads-up display. Okay. Well, there you see, it's doing it there. There's no... Numerically, it's not changing anything, is it? It's still at exactly 50%, but there is some straw left in there, so I'm going to have to try and fix that. So if I can just... Forgive me here, ladies and... There you go, you see, if as soon as I've touched it again, dropped it in... Yeah, it's getting a bit problematic, this one, isn't it? I'm just going to have to hold it here. Forgive me for using the super strength thing here, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so that's now taken the whole bale. So I think looking at that ratio we could do with... I think we'll need to go and grab another hay bale and see where we can go with that one. So, one hay, one more of those. There we go. See how we can do with this. Now I'm hoping I should be able to, it says, just hold the bale over the feed mixer, or in it at least. At least this bale grab allows me to let it go when I want. I'll be able to kind of bring it up there and then point it down and in. There we go. Yeah, so I can hold on to it until it's gone. So, bum 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 bum. Excellent. There we go. Right. I think that's close enough, isn't it? We got 100% there. Let's have a look. 100%. Excellent. Right. So we can turn that mixer off there. There we go. Get this one reversed in. I'm not sure if I've got the correct tip side registered yet, but we shall see. Where are we? Tip side left, tip side right. Come on. Where's my feed trigger? Really? Tip side right. I've got to go further in. Well, this isn't very good, is it? Tip side. Oh, there you go. As soon as I've selected tip side back, that works. Well, the main thing is it's working. There we go. That was a long drawn out process, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? But the main thing is it's working now. And all we needed was 39% of the thing. So going into the animal menu. Right, done. Well, do you know what? For now, let's just leave that here. There's that, there's that, there's that. So let's get ourselves back round. Hook up the straw blower. And I won't bore you to tears with this one. I've just spent enough time doing that, haven't I, with the feed mixer there. So I'll get this hooked up. I'll top them up with straw. And I'll see you in a moment or two. Right, here we go. Finally. It is a bit of a faff getting this one in, I must admit. There we go. You've got to... I'm not going to try and get out because I'll get myself stuck in the wall there, but you've got to... And maybe my tractor's maybe a little bit too big, even though it does fit, but you've got to kind of drive it in through into the field, get out, close the gate, and then line it up quite well with this runway into the barn here, and then you get the tip trigger because this straw blower blows off to the right there. And as you can see, you get all the cows coming in and out, so they, yeah, there's no chance of me being able to avoid not driving over my cows in this one, but right, there we go. So, all done, emptied. The cows are almost full of straw, so that worked quite well. So now, let's manoeuvre ourselves gently and carefully out of here. There we are. But now, look at them all lined up, walking in, single file. Right, so now we need to spin ourselves around without driving over and through and into my cows, if I can help it. There we go. Slightly bumpy field, that one. Now we can get the gate open. There. Done. Goodness me. What a faff. But it's done. That's all that matters. So, let's get that gate closed. We shall just leave this one here. The small amount of hay bale that we had left on the forks here from making the TMR feed, I popped that into the sheep barn. There was only I think about 750 litres, so but we shall call it that for now. That'll do for me. So I think also, do you know what, for now we shall just leave this here, get cracking with a bit of drilling. So, thinking about it, actually, I don't actually think we have any seed, do we? No, we don't. So, I think I'm going to have to... I think, to be fair, I'm going to need to stock up anyway, aren't I? So, what I think we're going to need to do is take a trip to the shop first, aren't we? So, let's abandon that plan initially. We shall... in fact... Now, thinking about it, I should really take the telehandler, shouldn't I? Hitch the telehandler up to the flatbed trailer. Stick the pallet fork on the telehandler and trundle off down to the shop. So we'll I'll get all this lot sorted here, and I'll join you on the way to the shop. Right, off to the shop. So, we do actually have some seed on the farm. I mistakenly thought we didn't because we don't have any bags of seed or anything, but the hopper of the horse equipment that we have attached to the 1050 is actually full of seed. There's 1600 litres in there, but I kind of figured we may as well go and get some more anyway. We're going to need it, aren't we? When we start planting the rest of the field, so we'll stock up. I'll get I don't know yet. We'll get a few thousand litres, a few bags of the things. So may as well, hadn't we? We're going to need it. So here we are at the shop. Let's patiently wait for these nice slow drivers. I do appreciate how the traffic on this map drive relatively slow and not super speedy Gonzales like they do on other maps. It's pretty cool. Right, so here we are. Let's just leave that there for now. Disconnect the trailer. There we go. Jump into the menus. Right, okay, so big bags. There we go. So let's go for... We may as well go for 8, and we get 8,000 litres, and then we've got as much as we can get in one go. Right, there we go. So we'll do 4 at a time. Should be about right. So line them up nicely, I hope. It's quite tricky doing this, isn't it? There we go. We get all 4. Excellent. Yep. That'll do. Nicely done, if I don't say so myself. And the last ones. Nice one. Right. Excellent. Job done. Now we should be ready to start drilling the field, shouldn't we? There we go. So, let's get them strapped on. What does that work? Oh, there we go, yeah. They'll stay, I'm sure. It's not like I'm going to be driving at 1,000,000 miles an hour in this thing. It is particularly slow. So. Right. Sorted. Finally. Right, I'll get back to the farm. And I'll see you back there in a few moments' time. Right, here we are. So what I think I'm going to do, just so I don't have to faff around if I need to in the near future when we start drilling here, I'm just going to leave this parked up here for now so that it's by the field if I need to top up the hopper with some seed. So let's get ourselves around here, jump into the 1050. Get this ball rolling, shall we? Sowing our first seed. There we are. Let's bring up the heads-up display. Select oats. Yep. So yeah, as you can see there, it completely slipped my mind. We've got 1,600 litres of seed up front there. I've got no idea how far that's going to go. So, as I say, for the sake of saving myself even the slightest of faff shortly, just leave that trailer there so we can top up if we need to. Right, here we are, finally. So, let's get that bit unfolded. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right, let's drill. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our first seeds are sown. Excellent stuff. Very proud of that. Horseplay just worked an absolute treat. As far as I'm aware, it hasn't missed a single area of field. So that was excellent stuff. And we have, in fact, let's just jump in. Bring up the heads-up display. 55% left in the hopper there. Let's turn that off and give our ears a break. So obviously, as you may well have seen from the cinematic there, we did have to fill up once. Topped it up with a couple of bags. Well, 1,600 litres anyway, a bag and a bit. But yeah, job done. Excellent stuff. So obviously this field is going to need still a bit more prep. As you can see there in the info box in the bottom right hand side there. Obviously our lime is perfect. We spread that an episode or so ago, didn't we? But the nitrogen, the fertiliser, that needs topping up drastically. That's got nothing in it at all. So based on the current numbers, we're expecting a yield of about 83%. But we will improve that as soon as possible. We have weeds growing. It needs rolling. So of course we're not finishing here at all. But I think for a start to September the 2nd, that's not a bad one. And I think for an end to this episode, I think it's not a bad one either. We've done a bit. We've got a bit sorted. We've moved on to the next game day. We've sorted we sorted the cows out anyway. I've got a rough idea what kind of feed mix bale ratio wise that our feed mixer takes, and we have our first seed in the ground. So that's excellent stuff. So I think for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you have enjoyed it and found it even remotely fun and interesting. As always, if you're new to my channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders for the channel. It helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out at the same time, as always, I would be massively appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.